Hello and welcome back. Today we're putting GNA Axles Limited under the microscope. They've just released their audited results for the financial year ending March 31, 2025.
That's right. GNA Axles, they're manufacturers of rear axle shafts, other shafts and spindles, primarily for the automotive sector. An interesting player based out of Punjab. They also have a couple of subsidiaries, GNA Axles Inc. Michigan in the US and GNA Mobility Limited.
Exactly. So the board of directors met on April 21, 2025 to approve these audited financial results, both standalone and consolidated for the quarter and the full year ended March 31, 2025. Let's dive into the numbers. How did they fare, starting with the consolidated picture?
Okay, looking at the consolidated results for the full financial year 25. Revenue from operations came in at 1,539.74 crore rupees. That's a slight increase from 1,506.26 crore rupees in the previous financial year, FY24.
A slight uptick in revenue. What about the bottom line? Profitability is key.
Agreed. And here's where it gets more interesting. Profit before tax, or PBT, for FY25 stood at 144.24 crore rupees, which is up nicely from 134.79 crore rupees year over year.
Okay, so better profitability than revenue growth suggests. And the final profit after tax, or PAT?
Consolidated PAT for FY25 was 107.09 crore rupees. That compares to 99.96 crore rupees in FY24. So decent 7% jump in net profit year over year.
Right. And that translates to earnings per share, the EPS?
Yes, the consolidated basic EPS for FY25 improved to 24.95 rupees per share, up from 23.28 rupees per share last year.
Now, you mentioned standalone results were also released. How do they compare? Sometimes, subsidiaries can make a big difference.
That's a great point. In GNA Axles' case, the standalone numbers are remarkably similar to the consolidated ones for FY25. Standalone revenue was 1,539.74 crore rupees. Standalone PBT was 144.27 crore rupees and standalone PAT was 107.12 crore rupees. The standalone EPS was also 24.95 rupees.
Wow, that's incredibly close. What does that tell us?
It strongly suggests that the financial impact of their subsidiaries, GNA Axles Inc. Michigan and GNA Mobility Limited, was quite minimal during FY25. We'll touch on the subsidiaries again when we discuss the auditor's report, but financially, the main action is happening within the standalone entity itself.
Got it. Let's talk profitability margins then. With profits growing faster than revenue, did we see an improvement there?
Yes, we did. Calculating the consolidated net profit margin for FY25, that's PAT divided by revenue from operations, it comes out to roughly 6.96%. That's an improvement from about 6.64% in FY24. So they managed to convert more of their revenue into profit this year, which points towards better operational efficiency or cost management.
That's a positive sign. Were there any exceptional items influencing these results, either on the standalone or consolidated side?
No, the results appear clean in that regard. Both the standalone and consolidated income statements show zero under exceptional items for the quarter and the full year. This means the profit figures we're discussing reflect their regular business operations.
Alright, shifting gears to the balance sheet as of March 31, 2025, any key takeaways on their financial position? How's the debt situation looking?
Okay, looking at the consolidated balance sheet, total equity increased to around 899.92 crore rupees from about 801.48 crore rupees the previous year, which is healthy growth. On the debt side, non-current borrowings saw a significant jump up to 100.60 crore rupees from just 29.12 crore rupees. However, current borrowings decreased slightly to 143.21 crore rupees from 160.05 crore rupees.
So overall debt position?
Adding those up, total borrowings, non-current plus current, on the consolidated books stand at roughly 243.81 crore rupees, which is an increase from about 189.17 crore rupees at the end of FY24. So debt levels have increased, likely funding assets or growth. Again, the standalone balance sheet mirrors this closely.
Alright. And cash flow? What did the consolidated cash flow statement for FY25 reveal?
For the full year FY25, cash flow from operating activities was positive at 92.08 crore rupees, slightly down from 98.41 crore rupees in the previous year. Cash used in investing activities increased significantly to negative 111.03 crore rupees, primarily due to the purchase of fixed assets, showing continued investment.
And financing activities? Given the rise in borrowings,
Cash flow from financing activities was positive at 26.22 crore rupees, a reversal from a negative outflow last year. This was mainly driven by proceeds from those new long-term borrowings, which offset loan repayments and dividend payments.
speaking of dividends, the company did mention that in their communication.
Yes, they did. The board has recommended a dividend of 3 rupees per equity share for FY25. This is subject to shareholder approval at the upcoming annual general meeting, or AGM, which is scheduled for June 30, 2025. The record date to determine eligibility for this dividend is June 23, 2025. The cash flow statement also shows a dividend payout during FY25 amounting to about 8.59 crore rupees, likely related to the previous year's dividend.
Okay, important dates for shareholders there. Now many companies report performance by business segments. Did GNA Axles provide that breakdown?
Actually, no. According to Note 2 in their financial results, the entire operations of the company relate to only one segment, which they identify as auto components. Therefore, segment-wise reporting isn't applicable here.
So it's all about auto components. How would you summarize their overall performance year over year, considering both standalone and consolidated views are so similar?
Performance was steady on the top line, but showed marked improvement in profitability. The slight revenue increase coupled with a stronger jump in PBT and PAT suggests effective cost control. We saw cost of materials consumed was lower in Q4 year over year, for instance, or perhaps better pricing power or operational efficiencies kicking in. The improvement in net profit margins reinforces this. The fact that standalone and consolidated results are almost identical simplifies the analysis. The core Indian entity is the engine here.
Were there any other significant notes or events mentioned, apart from the dividend and AGM?
The documents confirm the subsidiaries GNA Axles, INC Michigan, and GNA Mobility Limited. The auditor's report gives a little more color, which we'll get to. The AGM notice also details the remote e-voting period for shareholders running from June 27 to June 29, 2025.
Perfect. Now, a critical piece, the auditor's report. Both standalone and consolidated reports were provided, audited by GS Sile and Company. What did they say? Any red flags?
This is crucial. The good news is that for both the standalone and the consolidated financial statements, the auditors issued an unmodified opinion. That means they believe the financial statements give a true and fair view and comply with accounting standards in all material aspects.
Unmodified opinions are what you want to see. Any qualifications, emphasis of matter, or key audit matters worth noting?
The reports mention key audit matters but use standard language stating these were addressed during the audit and don't represent separate opinions, typical stuff. For the consolidated report, there's an other matters paragraph. Here the auditors state they relied on the financial information of GNA Axles INC Michigan, which was reviewed by another auditor. This US subsidiary reported a net loss of about $3,170.73 for the year, which is negligible in the grand scheme of things. They also note GNA Mobility Limited hasn't commenced operations yet. Importantly, the auditors clearly state their unmodified opinion is not modified in respect of these matters.
So reliance on another auditor for a tiny subsidiary which is standard practice and didn't change their overall clean opinion. Anything else in the details, maybe from the annexures like the CARO report?
The auditor's report on standalone financials includes the CARO, Company's Auditor's Report Order Annexure. It appears largely routine, with no major issues like significant fraud reported. It does list some disputed statutory dues, primarily sales tax/VAT and some service tax, totaling around 1.96 crore rupees across various forums and periods. While disputes aren't ideal, the amount seems relatively small compared to their overall scale. The auditors also gave an unmodified opinion on the adequacy and effectiveness of internal financial controls for both standalone and consolidated reporting.
Okay, so overall, pretty clean audit reports for both sets of financials. That's reassuring. So bringing it all together, what's the outlook for GNA Axles based on these results?
Disclaimer first, remember, we are not financial advisors and this is not investment advice. Always consult with a certified professional before making any investment decisions. That said, the outlook seems cautiously positive. They've demonstrated an ability to improve profitability even with modest revenue growth in a potentially challenging automotive market. The focus on cost management or efficiency gains is evident. The balance sheet shows increased debt but also growth in equity and ongoing investment in assets. The planned dividend signals confidence. The clean audit reports add a layer of comfort.
And potential risks?
The key risks revolve around the automotive industry itself. It can be cyclical. Raw material price fluctuations and competition are always factors. Their ability to maintain margins and manage the increased debt load will be important to watch.
So to conclude,
GNA Axles delivered a solid performance in FY25, particularly on the profit front. Margins improved, EPS grew, and the auditors gave clean opinions on both standalone and consolidated results, which were nearly identical, indicating minimal current impact from subsidiaries. They are investing in assets, have recommended a dividend, and appear focused within their auto components segment. Investors will likely watch for sustained margin performance and how they manage their increased borrowings going forward.
a clear picture there. Thanks for breaking down the GNA Axles FY25 results.
My pleasure.
That's all for this episode. Join us next time for more financial insights.